Hi guys, so today I wanted to talk about something a little different. I want to talk about ADHD in girls and women. In my last video about lack of early intervention, I think you probably realized I have a lot of pent-up resentment towards childhood teachers, and in this video you are definitely going to see that. So ADHD is more often to be diagnosed in boys than in girls, even though girls are just as likely to have ADHD as boys. So why are girls so underdiagnosed? Well, when you think of ADHD, you think of this boy who just can't sit still, is constantly talking. A typical child that would get labeled as a troublemaker. You don't often think of the girl who just sits there staring out the window, twirling her hair. And that's because girls are more likely to show inattentive ADHD. Now, there are three types of ADHD. There's hyperactive ADHD, inattentive ADHD, which used to be called just ADD, attention deficit disorder, but is now just called inattentive ADHD. And then there is the both hyperactivity and inattentive ADHD. And girls are more likely to present the inattentive ADHD. So what does this mean for girls? It means that kind of exactly what it sounds like. They're inattentive. They're just staring out the window, zoning out, doodling on their papers. So I pulled up a list of symptoms of inattentive ADHD, and it includes missing details and becoming distracted easily, trouble focusing on the task at hand, becoming bored quickly, difficulty learning or organizing new information, trouble completing homework or losing items needed to stay on task, becoming confused easily or daydreaming frequently, seeming not to listen when spoken to directly, difficulty following instructions, processing information more slowly and with more mistakes than their peers. So, academic achievement as a girl with ADHD can be really, really difficult. I was always zoning out and very just bored and had a lot of difficulty with tasks at hand. So I'm going to give you a few examples of when my childhood ADHD snuck out and how my teachers reacted. So this one was when I was in 3rd grade and we were taking a flash facts quiz, which is basically you're given a certain number of multiplication, division. I don't think it was multiplication and division by 3rd grade. I think it was still just addition and subtraction. You're given a bunch of addition and subtraction problems and you have to complete them in 60 seconds. So as I'm trying to work, some kid spills his water, okay? And it's not the kid's fault, you know, water spills, it happens. And the teacher goes over there and starts, like, talking to him and cleaning it up. And the whole thing is really distracting, and I couldn't finish the quiz, even though I normally had no problem finishing it in 60 seconds. Because I was just, like, sitting there watching this whole scene unfold, and my teacher, like, got mad at me for not finishing. And I tried to explain why. I'm like, well, he spilled his water. It was distracting. And she's like, that only took a second. Like, okay, no, it didn't only take a second because you went over there and started talking to him and started trying to clean it up. That takes more than a second. I don't understand how she did not understand. The hyperactivity of ADHD in girls can often come out in chatty Cathiness, and that is usually not looked at as, oh yeah, that's ADHD, that's, oh yeah, she's a troublemaker, she's constantly running her mouth and talking to everyone. And so, you know, as a result, the girl doesn't get help or understanding. I was a very shy child, but when you got me with my friends, I was hyperactive, like, to the max. I was loud, I was constantly wanting to talk. I was in kindergarten, and this guy kept telling jokes and making funny faces, and I was laughing, and the lunch lady, like, took me and sat me at the isolation table because I was laughing too loudly. That is how girls with ADHD are treated. Isolation table. Again, I just have to, like, roll my eyes and go, like, what are these people thinking? And the truth is, they're not. They're just quick to assume, oh, troublemaker, put them in isolation. They don't think, oh yeah, this child has ADHD, and this is where teachers really need to be trained in mental health to see these kinds of symptoms and to understand. Now, academics were very challenging for me as a kid because my attention span and my ability to focus are really, really small. And if there's something I'm interested in, I can kind of hyper-focus on that, which means pretty much all my focus is directed to that, and it's impossible to distract me from that. But as you know, most things in school aren't very exciting, and so I was constantly zoned out. Math was particularly challenging because I was always missing small details and making really silly mistakes just because I missed the small details. A recent example of missing small details is a word problem on a test, talked about punching a hole through a cell wall, and I read it and I read punching a hole through a wall. So I totally am not thinking cells, even though I should be, because I just skipped over the word, and, you know, like, oops, it happens. The college professors I found are a lot more understanding of inattentiveness and difficulty paying attention. In my experience, they're a lot more laid back in most cases. You get some crazy college professors that are, like, super strict, but they're a lot more laid back in that sense. So basically, at elementary level, we need to stop shaming inattentive and hyperactive children because that can lead to the development of anxiety and depression. And we need to recognize these symptoms for what they are, treat them with compassion, and, just be a little bit more willing to help rather than to write the kid off as just lazy, a troublemaker, won't apply themselves. And girls in particularly are just falling through the cracks, and it's getting a little better. There's a little bit more awareness getting spread around. But these are the kind of things teachers need to look out for. And I was in teacher education for a little while, and there, I think, was one psychology class that I would have had to take if I hadn't switched my major to psychology. And there was a special ed class that was optional. I could either take special ed or a different class. I don't remember which one. And that is all just very, very brief. I've been through the college system. It does not prepare teachers for children with disabilities or who are mentally not well, such as me with my anxiety. I really, really just fell through the cracks and did not get any of the help I needed, and I was just written off, as just shy. Basically, I just wish I had had more compassionate teachers who were willing to work with me and my uniqueness instead of forcing me to kind of assimilate with neurotypical people. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you all for continuing to watch. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. And I hope you all are doing well, and just have a good day for me, okay? Bye.